So today, episode 17 of the Beavers franchise, we are back with an episode that's going to have a little bit of housekeeping things, a couple position changes, a couple free agent signings that I forgot to record. So I'll show you the moves that we made. And then on top of that, a couple position changes, a call up, a send down, and then, yeah, some free agent signings. I think that'll get us caught up to everything. And then we're going to hop in against the first place team in the division, the Angels. And we're going to really see how we are, like where we stand with the team so far. So let's hop into it. I hope you enjoy it. Thumbs up if you do. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and enjoy the content. And of course, in the comment section, keep dropping those comments. The fact that we're getting the support that we are on this series is amazing. I can't thank you enough. We're so far into MLB The Show 21. The fact that you guys are still sticking with the series, I can't thank you enough. So I think I'm pretty good on like the player suggestions. I don't really need any more trade targets. I'm looking more for like, who is that player that surprised you so far in the series? Who's been kind of a letdown? With the draft, do you think we should target like pitching? Do you think we should try to target outfield, infield? What should we try to get in the draft? I think for like trade targets right now, I'm good just because we're still 2 months away from the trade deadline. We haven't even had the draft yet, so we don't know what type of prospects we're going to bring in. And some things could change. We might get a big injury. So let's just hold off on the trade targets for right now. So currently we're 15-18. We're only a game and a half out in the division, which is actually pretty good. We are going to take on the Angels, who are currently 16-16. But when you take a look at their lineup, it's pretty good. So like it's going to be a good test to kind of see where we compete with probably one of the better teams in baseball. Their pitching isn't the greatest, which is like kind of typical Angels fashion, but their lineup's pretty solid. So we'll get into it. And then on top of that, I want to see like just kind of how our team plays. So let's talk about a couple behind the scenes stuff that we did. The first thing that I need to show you guys is some completed transactions. We're going to go to free agency, and you're going to see that we have 2 relievers that were signed. They were actually starters, Brandon Gold and Kervin Castro. I signed both of them as starters, and then I turned them to relievers just because I felt like it would just suit them a little bit better and kind of help us out too. That way we don't have to, maybe look for a reliever, and instead we can kind of focus on drafting some starting pitching in the draft. It's pretty self-explanatory. So when you look at the team, you can see Honeywell has been called up. He's made 1 start. He went 4 innings, so it wasn't the best of starts, but he might be a guy that just ends up being in the bullpen. We'll have to wait and see how he progresses. With that in mind, Tom Eshelman did get sent down. If you look at his MLB stats, he had 5 starts. He only pitched 20 innings, so he was averaging about 4 innings a start, 40 hits, 20 runs. It just wasn't working out. We did extend his contract till 2025, but realistically, it's only $2 million. So if we really wanted to, we could just cut ties with him and let him go in the offseason and just release him. We do still have Thompson. We do still have Morihone. Hogan Harris is another guy that I have high hopes for. Darren as well. We've got Dax Fulton, but I'm noticing that we have a lot of pitchers in their mid to late 20s. We could target some prospects in the draft just to kind of youthen up this starting pitching. Let's talk about those 2 guys I signed and turned into relievers. The first one was Brandon Gold. He was originally like a 65 overall, a 64 overall, but because I made him a reliever, you can see he went down in overall. And on top of that, he was already -1 because he's been sitting in free agency up until this point. But beat potential, he's 27 years old, 4 pitches, 2 fastball, a slider, and a change. So we'll wait and see how he does. I mean, looking at his per nines and stuff, they don't look terrible. And I mean, with beat potential, he could be a late bloomer for us later on. And then Kervin Castro out of Venezuela, it looks like he's had 1 1/3 inning of work, and it didn't go too well. But the hits per 9, the Ks per 9 look pretty solid. The control, the break, the velocity. And as you can see again, because he was sitting in free agency, he has -1. Only C potential. But with those 3 pitches, a fastball, a slider, and a curve, I just felt like he fit the bullpen a little bit more. So we'll see how he does in AA this year. I only signed him to a 1-year deal. The same thing with Brandon Gold. So like if it doesn't really work out, we can just let him walk this season. We can bring him back next year, give him another shot. If it doesn't work out then, we can let him go. They're not going to cost too much. So it was one of those low risk, high reward signings that I saw in free agency that I wanted to take advantage of. So yeah, closer, bullpen, that's the same. John Gant has a small injury. It's just a broken nail, so he'll be back by his next start. If not his next start, it'll be the start after that. It's not a long-term injury at all. Catchers is the same. First base, we still have Dahlbeck out. He's out for about a month still. And in replace, Seth Brown has been okay. He started off pretty hot. He's cooled off a little bit, but for the most part, he's been, pretty good. And he's been an okay replacement. If things don't continue to do well, maybe Dahlbeck comes back and he starts to struggle, we could turn to Guzman, but you can see he's kind of struggling in AAA. So first base might be another position that I target in the draft. It just really depends on what we can find. Second base, we have Guillorme, Volpe, and Aguilar. I'm thinking about giving Volpe maybe one more game. And if things don't turn around, I'm just going to send him down. We've already talked about that. We've bumped up his hitting a little bit with the power numbers. The vision, discipline, and clutch have already gone up by themselves. But I'm thinking maybe just putting him in AAA is probably the best bet. Let him get everyday game time since we're not really using him every day right now. And I don't want to just rush him. And it just seems like he's just kind of struggling. I also haven't been doing well with him. So it might just be one of those things where it's just best to let him start every game in AAA. Aguilar is now going to be our main second base prospect outside of Volpe. And it was mostly because of the 80 fielding. I just felt like with him up the middle, it made the most sense. That probably makes you wonder where Lassiter went. He went to third base. That's why his overall went down a little bit. But he's going to be our third base prospect. You can see with the arm, it's a little bit better than what Aguilar has. So I felt like it worked better to put him at third base. We've also moved Andujar to third base. And with those moves, it kind of was getting a little cluttered, which means Art Saunders has moved to left field full time. That is his position moving forward. That means I'm thinking Saunders in left, Buxton in center. Right field is still a little bit of a question mark. We do have Mondesi. As long as he does well, we keep him. If not, obviously a right fielder is needed. But you guys have been saying Saunders deserves that spot in left field. So we're going to see how it goes. He's currently struggling a little bit. So it might be one of those things where maybe we send him down to AA and just, he's still super young. So moving him up to AAA, we don't necessarily need to rush him. But we'll see how he does for the next month or two. If it continues to struggle, we'll send him down to AA and we'll give him the rest of the year kind of a bounce back season. Center field, the same. Right field, the same. The one thing I have a little bit of a question about is him. He is off to a terrible start this year. Terrible. So I don't know what to do with him right now. Aquino is kind of on my possibly trade list. It's just not looking too well. So with that in mind, we do have a couple players on the block: Moniak, Brown, and Eshelman. If I get a trade for them, great. If not, it's not the biggest of deal. They're just players that I'd be okay getting rid of. And as you can see, I'm looking for mostly bullpen help and then potentially a first baseman. So I think that kind of catches you guys up on everything. I think that's everything kind of behind the scenes from what we need to talk about. Yeah, I'm gonna maybe move Aquino down a little bit in the lineup. Mondesi's still hitting 300, Buxton's still hitting high 300s, Andujar's having a good season, Guillorme's having a great year. Lux, Trammell, and Aquino were struggling a little bit. Contreras is starting to warm up a little bit. He was hitting in the 100s. He's slowly climbing up into the 2s. And I think that's kind of it. I think that kind of catches you guys up, like I said. I do want to show you some of the scouting. I did do a little bit of scouting on some players that I was really interested in. Willie Pereira is probably my favorite target right now. You can see his stats look unbelievable. There was another one that I saw that I was scouting, and I gotta see if I can find him. Where did he go? I think it was Felipe Bautista, but we don't necessarily need another infielder, but he does play first base, so that could be a potential move. I actually did scout for some players with power, and it doesn't really look like many came through. I did scout for a couple weeks too, so they completed the assignment, and I'm trying to see if I can find Felix Molina's potential went down, so that's one thing I had to keep an eye on. But I think that kind of caught me up on everything. I think a lot of the guys that I was scouting, the potential went down, and that's kind of why I stopped scouting them. So we'll keep seeing what we can find, but for right now, that was kind of catching you guys up. I think that outfielder is kind of the main target that I've found so far in Willie Pereira. I know it says scouting's on auto right now, but I've done a little bit of scouting behind the scenes. Now I'm just letting the CPU scout players individually. So that's really what it comes down to, since we're about a month out from the draft anyway. So that's everything. Let's get into the game. Here's the lineup for today: Fletcher, Correa, Trout, Walsh, Mitch, Wilson, Contreras. I mean, look at that lineup. It is stacked. It is so stacked. There were a couple changes. No Buxton today. He was dead tired, super tired, and I just couldn't put him in the lineup. On top of that, there were a couple other moves that we had to make just to kind of get some guys some rest. So as you can see, they're rocking the throwbacks. I hope MLB allows creative teams to have, alternates at least one alternate, so it's not just home and away every time. I would like to have a third uniform that you could, kind of switch it up. It's cool that they, we do have the create a uniform feature, but like being able to have that third uniform would be really cool. So here you go. You can see Honeywell's on the mound for us, and let's get into it. Let's see how he does with his second start of the season. Like I said, the first one wasn't fantastic, only 4 innings, and the big issue with him has been control. Like that was kind of the problem that we've had in the past, and thankfully that went foul because that was get by Seth Brown. And speaking of issues with control, leadoff walk. Like it's not even like close, and that's why I'm thinking maybe limiting the innings. He did go around. You got to give him the strike. I think maybe limiting the innings that Honeywell pitches, maybe like 1 or 2 innings at most, maybe a 6th. Okay. All right. Great start. And it was weird. Because as soon as he started swinging, it just kind of had that feel of, oh, great PCI placement. Yep, love it. But what I was going to say was, it just seemed like as soon as the swing started, it was like the home run was already made up. Like he was hitting a home run. It had like this weird animation about it. It had like a weird, I don't know, something. As soon as I released the pitch, it just seemed like home run. That's really what it was. So what I was going to say about Honeywell was maybe a 6th starter, or just making him one of those guys that just maybe comes out of the bullpen as a long reliever, or a spot starter, or maybe a middle reliever. Maybe that's kind of the best situation for him. I'm really just seeing what he does moving forward through the rest of the season. If things don't work out as a starter, like I said, I'm cool with trying him out in the bullpen. So yeah, I mean, he struck out Trout, but that home run with Correa, that was that's a way to start the game, right? And I wanted to play the Angels because their offense is absolutely loaded. Obviously, pitching, always an issue with them. But if we can kind of compete with their offense and then maybe see how the pitching does go. Oh, okay, Seth Brown, step on first yourself. I like that play. Like I've been saying, Seth Brown's actually been filling in for Dahlbeck pretty well. I'm actually pretty happy with the way he's been playing since Dahlbeck went down with the injury. But trying to compete with the Angels, that's what I want to see. How are we with some of the better teams in our division? How are we with some of the better teams in the league? That's kind of the test for this season. Last year, obviously, the thing was let's see who does well. Who do we want to build around? This year, we're trying to do the same thing, but we're also trying to see how well we can compete with other teams. Because if we can somehow compete with them, it gives me a better idea of where we actually stand. I don't expect this to be a playoff team. Don't really expect us to be a wild card team either. I really see us around like the 7, 8, maybe 9. Actually, probably around the 10 games out scenario where we're that far out of the wild card. But yeah, I really just kind of want to see where we are compared to the rest of the league. That's kind of the big thing here, where we truly stand. All right, so this inning, I'm really just looking for a bounce back. He came back after allowing that home run, got the next 3 batters, and it was a good bounce back, right? I think it was 3 ground balls after the home run by Correa. Oh, no, it was a strikeout and 2 ground balls, one of them being a really good play by Seth Brown in the first. And so far, with 2 outs here in the second, this is what I'm looking for. Just, you know what? Yeah, you allow a home run in the first. It's tough. We're down 2-0. But if you can come back, get the next couple innings, keep them at bay, the offense will wake up. I know we've been off to a little bit of a hot streak. We've also kind of struggled in some games throughout the series. But I have faith in our offense to score 2 runs. We just need to hold them to a few runs. If we can keep them 2-3 runs, I feel like our offense can keep us there. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Honeywell. I don't know if Seth Brown got enough of this. It kind of looks like he does. Oh, he's going to be like what? Maybe, warning track power. I think I just was a little bit too under it with the PCI. Yeah, I just missed it. Ooh, but they gave Correa a home run, so why couldn't I get a home run there? Man, at least give me like a double or something, right? Give me some sort of hit, but I'll take it. That's not going to get up the middle. I'm on top of it. Man, we're just missing hits. We're just missing hits. And Volpe. I mean, like I'm saying, we're just missing him. And another good inning from Honeywell. So far, just that home run. The walk and the home run. Tough start, but he's come back and done well. That's what we needed. That's what we needed. Aquino, I've been calling you out today, and look what you do. We get a little bit of luck, and he rips a line drive, an absolute laser to left center field. He gets us on the board. Like I said, I trust the offense. It's just been the pitching. The pitching's been the one question mark that I've had with this team the most. And there it is. Aquino gets us started here in the bottom of the third with a leadoff home run. Like I'm saying, we've just been missing hits. And there we go. We finally get a little bit of luck. A little fastball that was just way up in the zone, and he was able to give it a ride. So, and as you can see, we did get a little bit lucky with the PCI placement. So we're looking good. We're looking good. And I don't think that one's dropping. It might actually keep tailing away from the outfielder. And you know what? I'm going to get greedy here. I'm going for 3 with 92 speed, and he's going to get in a triple for Mondesi. Again, definitely got lucky with the hit result, but the way it was hit, curving away from the left fielder, gave us it just gave us the luck that we needed. There was no way he was catching it, and with 92 speed, Mondesi had triple just from the way, yeah, it was a triple all the way. So any sort of contact should bring in Mondesi, as long as it's not a pop-up in the infield. So let's see what Nido can do. It's not going to score him. It's not going to score him, sadly. Oh, I could have probably tested it. I just think it would have been, it wouldn't have been worth it. So let's cool off a little bit. Let's calm down, and let's get this run in. Let's tie this ball game. Honestly, if he catches this scores the run. This scores the run. Yeah, I'm testing the arm. I'm testing the arm. It's going to be close. It's going to be close. There it is. Tie ball game. I think I was just way too early on the pitch. I think that's really what it came down to. But I was testing it no matter what. Oh, yeah, we were just way too early on it. Plus, a little under it. So I completely understand the hit result there. And, ooh, a little early on the pitch. Little early, little on top of it. Okay. It's all right. Tie ball game. That's all we needed. And Trammell might get a little base hit here. It is Correa at short, though. It is Correa at short. And that's the inning. But it's a tie ball game. There it is. The offense has woken up a little. And Trout's going to hit a curveball up the middle. It didn't get low enough. I was trying to get it under the zone, and it just caught too much of the zone. And yeah, that's a base hit for Trout. He just sat back on it. So yeah, I tried to get it under the zone, just under the zone, and sadly it didn't work out. So Trout's taking kind of a big lead at first. I am gonna keep my eye on that, but let's see if we can get him on top of the changeup here. Ooh, not a bad pitch. Not a bad pitch at all. I'm gonna go back to it. I want to see if we can get a grounder here. He's just missing it to the right. And that's a home run. That was not where I wanted it at all. I wanted that low and away. And the one time he doesn't miss it low and away, he puts it right down the middle. Oh, man. I mean, the first one with Correa, he didn't miss his spot. This one definitely missed his spot, and he gets paid. Like, he has to pay the price. 4-2 ball game. We're down 2 again, and you know what? Again, I can't get too upset. He's been doing well. You know, the curveball hung a little bit, so Trout takes it up the middle. We get a super favorable call there. But yeah, he hangs the changeup right down the middle. What do you expect? You expect Jared Walsh not to absolutely mash that? Like, come on. So yeah, it was 3-1. Had to get a pitch over the zone, or realistically, I was trying to pitch around Jared Walsh. I'm not gonna lie. I was actually trying to go low and away. If he missed it, he missed it. I wasn't gonna be too upset. I knew Mitch was coming up next. Yeah, it would have been first and second with no outs, but I still felt like we'd be in a pretty favorable matchup there. And unfortunately, he just hung the changeup down the middle. So now we have 1 out. We're currently down 2-0 to Wilson Contreras, who I really should just be kind of attacking because I know he doesn't hit righties as well. But at the same time, can't be hanging pitches. And there it is. Another fly ball to center field. Moniak's there. 2 outs. And that should be a ground out for the final out of the inning. So, again, it's just been a reoccurring theme. You let the first base runner reach, what happens? A home run the next batter. So maybe we should just stop allowing the first runner to reach, and we won't have runs scored on us. So 4-2 game, but like I said, I trust the offense to get on base. This is going to be a tough one because of the shift. That actually might just be gone. Seth Brown, home run. I've been praising Seth Brown this season. He's made a couple decent plays at first base today, mainly that diving play in the first inning. But look, he goes the opposite way with the pitch that was on the outside part of the zone. He goes with it, hits it to left field, our second home run of the day, and we're back within one. I mean, Seth Brown, have a day defensively at the plate. I mean, they're not going to show where the pitch was right here. Actually, yeah, you can kind of see on the whole, like, 360 panning zoom, but there was already a shift there. So even if it was just staying in the park, it was going to be a hit. But look at that, a slider on the outside part of the zone. He goes with it, and he gets a hit. I don't know why I swung at that. That was way out of the zone. But, yeah, Seth Brown gets us back within one so far. Offense has been great. We just need to keep going after them. Mickey Moniak gets a base knock. All right, so a pitch a little bit low in the zone gets called for a strike on Volpe. We're trying to be a little bit more patient since we're in the fourth and he's only thrown 27 pitches. Realistically, he's been throwing a lot of good pitches. That's why I've been attacking him, and that's why his pitch count's so low. So I've also noticed that's an MLB Network game, and I've just been hovering mid-screen on you guys. But that's going to be a double play. Actually, 73 speed. It's going to be close. They're going to get us out there. We are going to beat it out at first, though. So, essentially, fielder's choice. I mean, 2 outs now. It is Aquino. So, maybe we can do something here. Maybe, you know, he's 1 for 1 with the home run. Let's see what happens. All right, we're in the corner now. I maybe should have done that at the beginning of the game, but we're here now, and that was the pitch. And that was early on it. Eyes lit up way too much. I got too excited. Especially with the way we've been swinging the bat today. Ooh. And that's a good hit. It's just right to Correa. So our inning's over. But Seth Brown brings us within one. And you know what? This game's a little bit of a shootout right now. Look at Honeywell making that play. Make it look easy too. Ground out for the first out of the inning. It was a curveball. The curveball's hanging today on him. So that's one thing that I need to know. Just, I don't know if he really has the confidence in the curveball. I've only really thrown it like 3 or 4 times, but every single time he's thrown it, it has hung. So I think maybe just rely on the screwball a little bit, maybe a little bit on the slider as well, and try to mix it up a little bit more. I've been kind of relying on the changeup, the fastball, and the screwball the most. But we'll have to wait and see. Actually, let's go to the screwball. Speaking of it right now, it actually been pretty good. As I say that, he kind of hung it a little bit, but he does foul it off. And that's going to be a base hit. Just squeaks through the left side gap of the infield. Man, I mean, maybe somebody else could have made that play. That was a screwball exactly where I wanted it. That was like the perfect place for it. I was looking for that inside corner. And I think that, yeah, that's going to drop. So let's just, good keeps it in front of him. And dang, little jammed line drive. And I'm going to get the bullpen going. And we're not going to be able to turn 2 here. Might have been able to. I was just worried with the fact that he was moving towards first, trying to turn the body and get it to second base on time. I think it would have just been a little bit too difficult of a play. So let's just get the guaranteed out, and let's try to get Trout out, and we're going to. I know just try to get Trout out is such a crazy thing to say out loud, but it worked out in the end. I just think it would have been 1 out regardless of what happened with Correa's speed going down the baseline. So we got the out. It didn't come back to haunt us, and we're still within 1. All right, Mondesi's going to get his second extra base hit, again going down the left field line. I'm going to keep it to a double this time. And there it is, a leadoff double for Mondesi. He's having a good game. He's been late on both hits, but I don't care. As I spit everywhere. But I don't care how it happens. Get on base. Hit's a hit. Doesn't matter how pretty it is. And why am I swinging at that? I gotta calm down after I get a hit. I get too hype. I get too caught up in the moment. We got to calm down. And it's Tomas Nido. I need a base hit. At least get Mondesi to third. That's really what it is. I did not swing. Don't you dare. There we go, ump. That's what I'm talking about. All right, so Nido's worked it full 3-2 count. I wouldn't mind the extra base runner. Saying that though, it was just one of those where I was a little worried it might have been too close to call, so I swung at it just to be defensive. Obviously, it's a fly out to left field. Not ideal. I really needed that base runner moved to third at all costs. I wasn't sure if it was going to be a strike or not. That's really what it came down to. All right, Gavin Lux, I chased a pitch. Wasn't good. So strikes out. And are we really going to squander a leadoff double? No, we're not. We're testing it. 92 speed. He's not really coming up firing the best. It's going to be close again, but Mondesi's speed works out a single, an RBI for Taylor Trammell. I was way early on the pitch. I know I was. It was a pitch out, kind of out of the zone as well. And he just pulls it past first base, and we get a RBI single. I'll take it. And now Andujar, with that kind of speed, I might get greedy. I'm getting greedy. With Taylor Trammell. 88, testing the arm of Correa. And you know what? I don't hate the send. Ah, man, it was so close. With Correa's arm. Oh, I don't hate it, though. You know what? I don't hate it. You know what? We got to be greedy. All right, top 6. You know what? It happens, right? Baseball's a game of inches. I don't know. Is that the right? I don't even think that. Has anybody ever said that ever? A game of inches for baseball? Maybe. I don't know. Anyways, that even if Andujar doesn't make the play here, he's going to throw it away at first because I messed up the throw. Oh, man. Oh, boy. And another base knock. All right. I think that might be it for Honeywell. I think that's it. He's getting a little tired. And let's just bring in a fresh arm. Let's see, where are we at stamina wise? We are pretty low. Let's go to Lorenzen. He's been good this year, and I need an out. So let's just be smart. Let's go to the bullpen here. 2 on. Ooh, I need that call ump. I really do. And he hits him. Oh boy. I mean, this game has had the biggest common theme ever. Whenever a runner reaches for the Angels, the first runner of the inning, it has just been an absolutely terrible inning for us. I need a strike here, man. Just throw it over the plate. Ooh, okay. I like it. I mean, changeup hasn't been accurate. Do I go to the slider? I guess I do. We're gonna make the play. They're not really. Yeah, I was gonna say they're not really tagging. So, all right, we get 1 out. It's still a tough spot here, right? We got to get out of this. Oh, we're not getting any of the close calls at all on the zone. I know that was a ball, so I'm not upset by that. That one was a ball, but I've had a couple that borderline, and this should be it. Come on, I need you to turn it a little quicker. I need you to turn it quick. Bang, bang. We get out of the inning. Whoo! 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 That was way too close. And that was almost my fault completely. That would have been my fault completely. Holy cow. I need to see the replay. How close was it at first base? Like, it had to have been just so close. Let's see here. What's going to be the best angle? Probably this one right here. Let's see. And okay, so the ball's not in the mitt yet. It's in the mitt right there, right? Yeah, it's in the mitt. I mean, holy cow, that is, whoo, that's close. So we dodged a bullet there. We really did. Bases loaded with no outs, and Seth Brown. I can't ask for more from you, Seth Brown. I can't. All right. Fletcher's going to hit a cutter up the middle for a base hit. Lorenzen. Do I have a righty up? I really don't. I'm noticing we have a lot of lefties in our bullpen, so I might just have to move one down. Plus, some of them are struggling a little bit. But it's actually not a bad cutter. I don't hate that spot there. I mean, Correa, Trout. This is a dangerous part of the lineup, man. I really don't like this. We're going to do a 4-pitch walk. Trout's up next, too. Let's do a mound visit. You know what? We'll stick to it. I need a double play again. That's really what it is. That's a good start. Trout has been struggling with runners in scoring position this season. So maybe, just maybe, we can get that double play that we're looking for. So far, great at bat, great pitching sequence to start it. The fastball, the changeup, and then he hangs the slider, man. He hung the slider. All you had to do, you get that low and away, he chases it. And if he doesn't chase it, that's still a good pitch. All right. The lefties coming in, Blake Taylor. Oh, they hit lefties better the next couple batters. I gotta take my chance that we get the next two out, though. I gotta take my chance. I can't have Walsh coming up. Oh, man. Oh, that's... Man. I tested my luck. Last inning, I got too greedy. You know, we got lucky last inning, right? The first base runner reached. We got out of it. What happens this inning? The first two reach, and we don't do anything. So 2-1. Give me the slider, and he hangs it over the middle. Honestly, it probably should have been Mondesi there. It should just be a double, but... the pitching, man. The pitching. That's really what it came down to. The pitching. That's a strike, by the way. I mean, I told you, the offense was there. I knew the offense would compete. It's just the pitching. Could we get through some innings? And we've just been allowing too many base runners today, especially the last couple innings. Just been tough. Seth Brown doesn't make the play this time. I'm not gonna get him. I'm not gonna get him. I'm not. I knew I wasn't going to. Seth Brown, you've been good all game, man. All game, and it wasn't even hit that hard. All right. Come on. Let's get back to it. 4 runs. We've scored 4 already this game. It is a little late now, and he keeps it in front of him. Good shot. Good job. 2-1. Fastball misses, and it's just not going good. 3-1 slider misses. Just wasn't the right pitch either. 2 on. We're gonna go to Carlos Estevez. All right, 0-2 changeup. I need the ground ball here. I mean, right? I wanted it down in the zone. He got it there, but I guess just not gonna chase it. We do get him to chase the high fastball though, so that's good to see. Now Kepler's up, and I just need the out. That's all I need. And that should do it. All right, Trammell, camp out under it. That's the inning. 4-run score, though. Man, that really took the wind out of my sail. I think because of the shift, that should drop, and this should be pretty good. At least a double. Is it going to stay in play? It hits the top of the wall, goes over. You know what? Being a little bit late worked out for us once again this game. And, all right. We're threatening a double to start the inning, a triple, a double for Mondesi. Hey, a home run would be huge here. I don't think he hit it well enough. Is that going to get caught, though? It is. All right, it's at least going to get the runner to third. Mike Trout, I need you to not catch that, man. I really do. How much did he cover here? He covered so much ground, and it just hung and hung and hung. Wait, how much? 121 feet covered on that play. I just missed a home run. If I'm If I'm early on that pitch and that swing result, that's a home run. It was just because I was a little late. And that's going to go foul. All right, this should get the run in. So at least we'll tack one back. And 62 speed, it should be an easy, yeah, it should be an easy run. It was a little closer than I thought it would. But it is going to be an 8-5 game. And man, if that Mondesi ball just dropped, that's a completely different outcome. And Gavin Lux, okay, a double, 84 speed. I mean, that's getting all the way to the wall, though. I'm gonna test it. 84 speed. Oh, he throws it away as well. There it is, a triple. There we go. We get a stroke of luck this time. And Trout just makes a bad throw. Gets Gavin Lux the triple. That's going to be it for Canning. They're going to go to Tyler Duffy. What does Tyler Duffy throw? All right, fastball, curve, slider, sinker. Base hit here, Trammell. Get another single. I was early. That was the pitch, a fastball, and I'm just a little early on it. 91's a little bit slower than what Griffin Canning was throwing. So maybe if that was Griffin Canning, I would have been. But at the same time, I was a little above it. So, I mean, it probably would have been a grounder regardless. So we got to focus on the next couple pitches. That's a good pitch. That's a good pitch. And 1-2, the guy on third. Honestly, 8-6 at this point is a, 2 runs. It sounds crazy. 2 runs is so much better than 3 runs. Like, I know it sounds crazy that 1 run really makes a difference, but it does. It does. So if we can get this run in, it's game on again. But like those 3 runs, that's going to be tough for the next 2 innings. And whoo, okay, man, that one actually was a lot closer than I was originally thinking it was going to be. So I'm glad he was able to get a piece of that and follow it off. So 2-2 still, and again, it was just one of those. Oh, I wasn't 100% sure. I probably should have taken it. Oh, dang. I'm trying to figure out why that was the third baseman's and not Nido. That's what I want to know. How is Nido not going for that? It doesn't matter in the end, but that was what, like 3 feet away from Nido? We get the K, so I shouldn't be too upset. But, man, that could have been an out right there. I would have been really upset if that would have been a hit, but we get the out. I'm perfectly happy with that. And now if we can get these next 2 batters, I would be ecstatic, especially with, like I think it's Correa and Trout up next. So let's get Fletcher out. Let's get Correa up next. Let's see if we can get him out. 52 speed. Andujar should have the arm to get him out here. It is a tricky play with 2 outs. But Correa, Trout, I mean this is the tough part of the lineup. We really need to be spot on. And Estevez has been one of our better relievers. So like if I am having faith in a reliever right now, it is him. And that is a favorable call that I needed. I am going to challenge him 1-2. Probably a dumb idea. How is he making contact with that? Especially very late. How is he making contact with that? That's what I need to know. And a nice little changeup. He wanted to swing. I'll go slider low and away. Hasn't been a great pitch today. 3-2 now with Trout on deck. I mean, these 2 have just been the biggest thorn in my side today. We get the K, though. Carlos Estevez. That is what I'm talking about. Those are some big outs from you. I needed those. For a run game. Mike Trout. I mean, it's Mike Trout, dude. It's Mike Trout. What do I expect? Plus a pitch that's just right in the wheelhouse. It was meant to be a little bit lower. Missed the spot. And unfortunately, that's just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. We're just offensively not there yet to compete with the Angels. Pitching-wise, not there yet to compete with the Angels. I mean, 5 runs is good, though. So, like, do I hate the offensive production that the team did? Absolutely not. 5 runs, for the most part, should be able to get you a win. Just pitching was not there today. And that's a tough game. That's a tough game. I'm asking a lot of Estevez right now. Going another like inning or so. And I really hope Moniak can make this play. He should. That's an out. That's going to be his last batter, I think. I'm going to turn to Taylor Williams 4 runs. 4 runs. We're going to go to Taylor Williams here with a couple of righties coming up. He hasn't had the best of seasons, and him being a Rule 5 draft pick, realistically, he would have to be released if we don't want him anymore or traded. But with him not doing well, I'm assuming that I would just probably release him. But yeah, 9 runs. It's one of those humbling experiences, especially with the way we've been playing this year. You know, we're third in the division. It's not like we're terrible right now. It's still really early in the season. Who knows how the season's gonna finish? But this is one of those things where we've been playing really well, and I've really been enjoying the way the team has been doing offensively. But it's super obvious we need pitching, and I think that's one thing that we need to target in the draft, and also maybe at the deadline, maybe just bring in some bullpen help, because overall I think the starters have done a pretty decent job this season. I think it's the bullpen that's really been struggling. And if we can get a couple arms that we really can rely on moving forward, I think we've got a gem in Estevez. I think Kevin McCarthy has been fantastic this season. If we can just find a couple more guys here and there that can eat some innings for us, I think we're in a really good spot. So let's see if we can get this last out here. 4 runs is a lot to ask of the offense moving into the 9th, but if we can get it, that'd be great. So last strike, can we get out of it? 2 outs, and there it is. Got him looking. Let's try. Let's get this game a little bit closer. It is Steve Cishek. Do I have a lefty on the bench? I do. I have Guillorme. I'm gonna go to Guillorme. Sorry, Volpe. I think with him, we just gotta send him to AAA and let him develop a little bit. But Cishek, man, this windup's gonna be the death of me. He doesn't really throw quick either, and so we gotta figure something out. He hasn't had the best of seasons, but at the same time, funky windup, man. It's going to be the tough part. And is that going to get up the middle? It's not. I was just on top of it. Just on top of it. All right, a guy that I was really, giving a tough time to at the beginning of the game, Aquino, he comes up with the home run. He comes up with the double. Wasn't sitting slider at all on that pitch, but that probably would have been a pitch that would have caused some damage if we could have gotten some contact on it. But all right, let's see what we can do here. And that's going to be hit right to Correa. He's going to make the play. I was just way too early on it. Steve Cishek, man, he just throws so slow. And the windup, yeah. And then the home runs, it's taking the wind out of the sail. And it comes down to Mondesi. Keep the game alive. And sinker. We're down to our last strike. I guess I was a little late on a changeup, which seems a little weird. And we're going to stay alive. 92 speed. It's going to be a single. And we got a little lucky on that contact. But, I mean, 4 runs, man. This one's going to be tough. Tomas Nido, not necessarily the guy you want up to the plate right now. He's 0 for 3 on the day. Not really an offensive threat. We do have a catcher on the... Ooh, okay. Buxton. We have a catcher in the dugout. So with the speed on first, one of our hottest hitters up, we need him. All right, that's a good pitch. Down to our final strike, and I missed it. I just missed it. Oh, that's a good location for a slider too. All right, 9-5 game. A little bit of a humbling experience, but you know what? That's a good offensive team. Correa, Trout, Wilson Contreras, Rendon. Who else? Fletcher, Jared Walsh. He was a problem today. That's a good offensive team. And, I mean, the home run ball was a killer. What was that, 4 home runs? That's tough. We also had a couple ourselves. And 5 runs, we kept up with them. 10 hits, 5 runs. They just, yeah, the home runs were the killer. So, Lorenzen lost the game. It was a tough game there. But overall, I'm pretty happy with the way the team played. I really am. We got to limit the damage done. We do, especially in the bullpen. But hits kind of spread out across the team. Mondesi did well. Aquino did well. A couple sac flies here and there. But a couple doubles, a couple triples, home runs. You know what? The team offensively, I'm really happy with it. I think that was good to see. Honeywell did allow 4 runs. But, what was it? A walk and a home run and then a single and a home run. So realistically, it just came down to a couple bad pitches. Lorenzen struggled a little bit, but then Taylor came in, Estevez and Williams came in, got the job done for the most part. And it was tough. It's tough. But offensively, I do like what I'm seeing with the team. We're starting to put some things together. And you know what? I can't complain. But I think bullpen is definitely an area I'm going to target. Pitching's an area I'm going to target in the draft. And we're going to leave it there for today. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, thumbs up down below. Of course, keep dropping those comments. If you're new here, consider subscribing. And I'll catch you guys in the next episode. That's it. Peace.